All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Sunday, and today we're going to take a look at the new SNE537P1. This is one of the new tunas in the Seiko Street Series lineup. I've been really excited about this release. If you guys watch my channel, I think back in December I did a little video with an iPad kind of showing these watches that they were coming out, and I was really excited about them. I have the SNE498, the golden Solar Tuna, and I think that the combination of these solar movements and also just the sturdiness of Seikos make these really fun watches. So quite a bit of difference here in this one from the newer SNE, like the 498 I bought. They've changed the handset on these watches. They've changed the bezel. They've changed actually the rubber and the strap. And of course, they're offering some different colorways. So jumping into the dial itself and the handset, guys, the big difference in the dials, instead of having the round plots all the way around, they do have these rectangular plots at the 3, the 6, and the 9 position. Of course, running the V157 quartz solar movement, you got a date window down here at the 4 o'clock position. You're also running Marine Master kind of style hands, or like you have on the SBD-C053 style, the 62 Moss watch, the big broad arrow hand and the narrow baton hand for the minutes. You can see, again, with this one, like the SNE498, guys, the seconds hand there hits the indices dead on. I mean, these solar quartz movements, at least these last couple that I've had, have been absolutely spectacular about that. You've got a case dimension on this watch of basically you're looking at like 46 by 46. You got 46 from side to side, you got 46 from lug to lug, and that actually makes the watch wear very good, even though it has this really wide, side to side. It's the same lug tip to lug tip. 22 millimeter lug opening in this watch, and you do have pierced lugs to be able to change the straps if you desire that. So besides the handset, guys, I want to bring the dial up here and get it a little closer so you can see. Now, if you saw the SNE498 video I did, I showed you how you could kind of see the solar panels on this watch. This watch has more of a fumey or a pebbled dial on it, and you really almost can't tell. I'm going to try to get focused there, that it's a solar panel. It's a little tough to tell. There you can see it in the light, but you can see the pebbling to the dial. It's really, really neat when you get it out in bright light. I mean, it really pops, and it's neat because you don't notice right off that it's a solar panel. Neat bezel insert they have on this watch. It does appear to be all stainless steel or aluminum, and it's actually, embossed or engraved all the way down for each of the indices marks, so it's done really well. They've also on this model added this coin edge bezel, which I think is a really neat addition, different than the other ones they've done. Again, you've got the resin bumper, the tuna guard here protecting the watch. More of a gunmetal gray than I'd say the SNE498, which is definitely black that they're using on the case on this watch. Taking a look at the strap, this is one of the neat things that I think they've done. Now, if you're familiar with this pebbling on Seiko straps, you know it's always been on the underside of the strap. What they did is they kind of flipped that and they put it right here on top. And I actually think that's really smart because I think this pebbling gives a neat effect even on the top of the band. So taking a look at the back side of the watch, you have your typical Seiko case back, the Prospex logo down there at the bottom, your Seiko Tsunami or your Kanagawa Wave Seiko up here, and all the other information about the watch. Smooth design on the back side. They do have this venting up through the middle to let it breathe, and your typical, ribbed Seiko style rubber strap here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here for a second and get this watch on my 7-inch wrist, and we'll show it. You know what I want to do down the road is eventually show this watch, side by side with the SNE498, because I think both of the watches have a lot to offer, and I think this is definitely a more modern version of the watch. But let me go ahead and get this on my wrist. All right, so there's the watch on my 7-inch wrist, and like I said, being that they're 46 by 46, these watches tend to wear really well on my wrist. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, oh my gosh, that watch is huge, it's so big, but it's funny because I actually watched the Seiko Malaysia video recently on YouTube for these watches, and there's a little Malaysian girl running around with one of these on in the video, and I think it's funny because it doesn't look too big on her. It actually looks pretty cool on her when she's wearing the watch, and the guy in the video too. It's just a really cool looking watch. You gotta love Seikos. You gotta love the tuna style cases on these watch, and I think they really fit pretty much anyone out there. If you'll want to wear it, rock a Seiko Tuna because they just look cool. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it, guys, and we'll go out the traditional Lume shot here on the OFD channel. All right, so I don't think this is going to be any surprise for you guys. You guys know Seiko watches. You know how much they glow, so I don't think this will be a surprise. This is no different. Using, Seiko's proprietary, Super Luminova, I think it is, or I can't remember exactly. Lumen Bright, I think is what they call it from Seiko. So it looks good, glows all night long, and it's very, very nice and bright. Guys, check that out. That's the Phoebus Great Wall. It's just been sitting down there in the corner in the background. I notice how much it's glowing. That's kind of crazy, huh? That's got 15 layers of Super Luminova on it. So, all right, guys, that is the Seiko, the SNE537P1. the new Street series from Seiko's. A few different colorways out there available to you guys. Definitely go check them out. I will leave a link down below in the bottom where you can find these watches. All right, guys, that's been the review of this new Seiko. If you like it, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.